Spectator Sport.
Rừng của Hà Lan.
Hey, please tell me you got my Tebow halftime speech. Oklahoma, get me crunk. I want to go buy a pair of pads and helmet right now.
Does this guy not listen?
Spectator
Cortex,
Sport.
what's going on, bro?
The talent doesn't listen. Folks, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in to Spectator Sport. We want to thank you for tuning into the show. Thank you for all your kind words, everything that you do in terms of making this show what it is. We want to thank all the great people down at Highland Jungle. It's your host, Lott, Spectator with the most. Give me a toast. Talent, say something.
I am the talent, Dennis. They sign up a month in advance to see me. They'll wait in line for the next bus to see me.
Me. But Cortex, I'm very upset right now. Where's my Tebow? I need my Tebow. Halftime speech.
I think he's getting sacked for 40-yard loss.
Oklahoma.
He's still reeling from that 40-yard sack.
Okay,
by
let's
the
go in on
Patriots.
Tebow.
That's where your Tebow's at.
Hey, let's just go in on Tebow.
Look at amateur,
7-2.
looking like a high school quarterback.
7-2 playoffs.
When you
Scored
play
2
against
touchdowns.
a real team, you look like a high school
Scored 2
quarterback.
touchdowns. Yeah, he scored 2 touchdowns on that quarterback. That team too. I don't know what that means though. 2 touchdowns in the NFL. That means nothing.
So if
that means
Tebow
nothing.
ever gets down by more than 10 points, he
7-2?
loses his head and just starts running in the
Where
wrong
was that?
direction.
Hey, remember all that great defense people talked about? What was that great defense again?
Was it Tecmo Bowl?
Where was that great
Tecmo
defense?
Bowl? Well, you run all the way
7-2
back and then you
playoffs.
throw it to the other field.
Hey,
Come on,
7-2
man.
in playoffs, I can't argue with that. So, I mean, if you can't, because you're a guy who does not like winning, I understand. But, so, we can jump into the show now. Tebow
Folks.
is something that's a thing of the past. No one's talking about my mans no more. It's not the same this week like it was last when it was all Tebow. I'm kind of disappointed.
Folks, thank you again for tuning in. I know you didn't tune in to just hear the slurper slurp over his lover.
Tebow.
But let's get into the show. We got a great show packed for you. This is a time when I thank all the great folks that keep me the way I am. Fresh to death, baby. I thank the great folks down at Platinum Cuts, keep me with the platinum haircut, I want to thank my great folks down, my barber, Hooley, for keeping me fresh. Josh, you want to thank anybody? You want to thank the folks at Joshua?
I want to thank myself, the talent. I keep myself fresh. I cut this bald head of mine, and, I want to thank myself, basically, because, I do it myself. I ain't got to wait on nobody.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You want something done, get it done yourself. Let's talk about a little bit of the topics that we have planned for you today. We have a great show planned. We're going to talk about all that's going on in sports and all the great things that are going on in life. Happy holidays to all those that celebrate those, the Kwanzas and the Christmases and anything else you guys celebrate. Hey, happy whatever. Let's go ahead, Josh. Do you want to give a happy holidays to anybody out there, Josh? Thank you, Mom. Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays to all of my friends and family. And, I'm not a real big Christmas guy as far as for adults, but for kids, yes.
So he lies to kids, yes.
I don't
That's
lie
the
to
guy.
kids. Who
That's
lies
the
to
guy.
kids?
Tell me you're telling the kids the truth that Santa Claus delivered some bad gifts through
That's
the chimney.
un-American and unconstitutional.
And you don't even
sir.
have a chimney.
That
so how
is
does Santa Claus gonna get in?
un-American and unconstitutional, sir. Don't
Santa
do
Claus
that.
is in the Constitution.
Don't you do that.
When did
you
Santa
will go
Claus
to jail
enter into the Constitution?
for multiple charges if you tell a kid that Santa Claus is not for real. You will go to jail. It's un-American, unconstitutional. I don't want to talk about it.
Modern
You're gonna
day
get me very
Babylon.
angry.
Unconstitutional. What? Unbelievable. This guy is crazy. Let's
You're
go ahead and get
unbelievable.
into our first topic. I want to talk about the idiots that are out there. What state was that with these guys going crazy over the pair of Michael Jordan
It was
sneakers?
multiple states. It was
Jordan,
Seattle.
This guy doesn't even play anymore, and people are shooting guns in line, and you're letting off pepper spray. What the hell is this? The Million Man March? What are we going back to the movement? Where's Dr. King at? What's going on?
What Dr. King got to do with Jordan?
I'm just waiting for the racism to come out because, I know it had to be only the flies that would do something so ridiculous, fighting over a pair of Jordan. Can you elaborate a little bit on this story?
From what I read in the story, it was just, one of the retro Jordans was coming back out from '95. They were re-releasing it. I guess yesterday, and mobs were outside. Over 1,000 people were sitting in line from overnight, and people started getting reckless and shooting guns in the air, fighting. They had a pepper spray crowd in Seattle. A man in California was shooting shots in the air. One guy was pushing a cop, so he got arrested. It's all over these Jordans. I mean, the cops said they were smelling marijuana, alcohol, just...
Well,
people
what else you gonna smell with a bunch of flies around? Nothing but marijuana and alcohol.
I don't know. I mean, it was all throughout the country. People were just wilding over these Jordans, these retro Jordans that's coming out. And, I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's ridiculous, but I bought 2 pairs of Jordans in my life. So, I mean, I don't understand the hype.
It's
I
sneakers,
understand,
folks.
but it's just like,
sneakers.
come on, bro.
It's a mental thing. I'm telling you this, the way I look at it personally, it's really a mental thing. It's something that's indoctrinated in the minds of people that you have some particular what's the word? Like you have some status over someone else because you have a pair of sneakers that were made for $20 overseas by some damn kids in a sweatshop.
But $180 for a pair of shoes is not even a lot of money. I mean, if you're going to talk about you're going to get some Gucci's or some Prada, something that costs $600, $700, $1,000, yeah, that's when you have a status. But anybody can wear a pair of Jordans. They're only $180. That's cheap. Jordans ain't nothing really. I mean, people just, I don't know why these fools out here wilding over these Jordans. Because I bought 2 pairs of Jordans, but hey, these kids these days, I don't know. I mean, maybe women want to get with you because you got a pair of Jordans on your feet. I don't know.
No. Women don't get with guys because of Jordans.
I mean, if I'm shooting in the air to get my pair of Jordans, I mean, but no, let me tell you why though. Because a lot of people go out there, they buy those Jordans, go back on eBay, resell them. Right now, those Jordans are going for $605 on eBay.
I'll say this. It just reminds me of this whole Occupy Wall Street movement. You know, you got people out there fighting for, injustice and poverty and what's going on overall in the nation. And then you got the flies fighting over Jordans. I mean, it just shows me what's important to people in life. You know, you got the 1%ers that's fighting over money, then you got the 99% fighting over sneakers.
Let me stop you on that one. Those Occupy people are they're idiots. Let me just say that. They're idiots. I'm not going to go ahead and be politically incorrect. Those people are idiots. They just want to be on TV. They occupying everything these days. It's just ridiculous.
I'll say this. I have no problem with somebody stepping up and actually doing something.
What are they
as
doing?
opposed to just talking. At least they're putting their freedom on the line. They're going out there to try to make... Hey, listen, there's strength in numbers.
Street.
If you had a million people sitting outside on the highway, there's no more traffic going. Are they taking their money
out of their banks? Are they taking the money out of the banks to try to take the power away from the banks? If they're not doing that, I don't hear about a bunch of people sitting on the side of the road. If you're not taking money out of banks and stop funding these corporations that have the business overseas and controlling this country, you're not doing anything, bro. You're not.
The 1% has all the money. The 99% doesn't have anything. So they're fighting to get some of that money.
But they're not doing anything, bro. You don't understand. Banks need money. If you put your money in an account, they need that to lend out, correct? But if by you standing on a corner saying protesting, but your money's still sitting in the bank who's taking money from the government and still going in there and throwing it on toxic debt or whatever, you're not really doing anything. You're just occupying for no reason at the end of the day.
It's like telling somebody you shouldn't vote. I mean, obviously, we know the Electoral College is one who elects the president, but still, people still go out and vote because of moral issues, and they feel that for morale, their morale will be up because they're voting. They feel like they're making a difference. So if someone tries to make a difference, it's not on me to stop them from trying to do something, whereas it's easy for everybody to sit back and not do nothing. It's easy to be a spectator, folks. Spectator sport. It's too easy to be a spectator. Be a doer. It's all about implementation in 2012.
You're not implementing nothing, though, bro. You're not implementing anything, dude.
I mean, as long as you're not out here getting pepper spray over a pair of $180 Jordans, then you can't pay your child support. You can't take care of your kids. You can't do nothing. But you out here, come on. What sense does that make? That is ridiculous, and it makes absolutely no sense. I'm not a Jordan fan. I would never be a Jordan fan. I'm not gonna be a Jordan fan. And you know what? Michael Jordan, shame on you. You're not a giver. You're a cheapskate. You don't even want a tip. And you want somebody to buy your shoes? I would never wear a pair of Jordans on principles alone. burn off the shoes, kid. I'm walking barefoot. I'd rather walk barefoot than to go wait outside for a pair of Jordans. Please, fool. You don't even play ball no more. Let me go get me a pair of Chalmers. Yeah. I don't want Jordans. I'm about to get me a pair of Joel Anthony's, and they're going to do the same exact thing, and I'm going to be in the Benz, and the chicks still going to love it because they don't care what's on your feet. They just care what you driving.
Well, I'm not
Spectator
trying to
sport.
justify what those people were doing out there. They're idiots too, but you're bringing up occupied people like they're not making no difference. So go ahead and move on to the next topic. We can debate that all day. You know, we both got our feelings on that next topic.
Let's go ahead and get into the next topic. We have the decision that was made yesterday at 1 o'clock Eastern time by the quote-unquote or by the proclaimed second-best quarterback prospect coming out of the draft, Matt Barkley of USC. Barkley decides to stay at USC. Josh, do you think that's a good decision or a bad decision, and how you think that's going to affect the draft?
I mean, it depends on what you mean. I mean, it's not a nothing decision to me because I mean he wins either way. If he comes out, he's a top pick. If he doesn't come out, he comes back to USC, he competes for a national title, and he can possibly win the Heisman Trophy. It's a win-win for the kid. He's not hurting for money, and like I said, he's going to be the #1 prospect in next year's quarterback draft. So it's a win-win. He doesn't lose. He's going to take out his insurance policy for by over $10 or $20 million. So like I said, if he gets hurt, like people say, well, he has a risk of chance of getting hurt. Doesn't matter. He have a $20 million policy on his knees, his arm, or whatever they put the policy on, probably his whole body, really. So it's a win-win for him. He's not hurting for cash.
Yeah, he's
and he can go
definitely
back
not.
and win a national title and possibly win a Heisman Trophy. So this kid, you know, he made a good decision of, I don't need to come out.
Hey, this guy comes from an affluent aging family. So, I mean, I'm sure he's not hurting for money. Barkley, he's sitting back and really taking his time because I'm telling you this, the NFL isn't going anywhere. It's always going to be there. And when I say always, I'm just speaking in the time frame of things being the way they are, because we know in a matter of a blink of an eye, things change. So as long as things stay status quo, NFL football is going to be here. And with that being said, Barkley, it's not a bad decision. I think, you know what, you can go back, freshen up, get yourself together. I mean, obviously, everybody's talking Andrew Luck, and with RG3 winning the Heisman, he might have pushed Barkley a little bit for that second pick, that second quarterback taken off the board. But I say this, you know what? Are they not in contention for a bowl game next year again coming in?
Well, they're going to be in contention for the national title next year.
No, but what I'm saying is, are they under? Remember,
Yeah, they can't go to a bowl game this year. No.
Is
yeah,
that for 1 year or is it for
No,
one?
it's been for the past 2 years. This
Okay,
is the second and last final year of their
this
ban.
is the final
bowl
year
ban.
of their ban?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why
I
he's
was just
coming
making
back
sure.
next year. That's why I've been telling these Dolphin fans and these people who think they're going to have a chance at Barkley, because I said, no, Lane Kiffin is very persuasive at the end of the day. You're going to tell this kid, hey, you're going to be able to win the Heisman Trophy. If we don't go to the national championship, we will win the Pac-12 because the Pac-12 is bad. I mean, they went 10-2 this year. And you can, you can finish, get your degree and all that stuff. And that, it's enticing to a kid, who's still going through all that. And you ain't got to work. Like I said, me personally, I don't even think Barkley this year coming out, I think it's more of the talent around him. So I don't think he's that guy. He doesn't have that strong of an arm. So I think going back to college another year, I think that would be probably a little more beneficial for him anyways. I don't think he would have been ready for the NFL this year, to be honest with you.
Folks, I'm tweeting currently. Follow us on Twitter at
Spectator
Spectator Sport,
Sport.
the #1. You can follow us at FUKJOSH, or you can follow at
Holland Jungle.
Beat by Muscle. So please, folks, tune in. We're tweeting all that's going on. Please send us some feedback, how you feel about the show. We know y'all love the show. The show love y'all back. Let's go ahead and get into the next topic, because you know what? Matt Barkley, the U gonna win it next year. Y'all ain't got it. It's almost time to
gonna
get
have
out of the first
sanctions.
quarter. The first quarter is almost over. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm about to take a quick one. Let me get some water, Coach. Coach, dash me with some water. Let me give you some Gatorade, something.
Spectator
All right, first
Sport.
quarter over. Bill. Let's go ahead and get into the second quarter. Next topic. Can RG3 really push Andrew Luck for the top quarterback taken in next year's draft? Josh, what do you think about RG3's chances of actually making a push toward that first overall pick?
It's crazy to me that